Welcome, everybody, to the Co-op Couch Show. My name is Matt. I have Humphrey and Allison here with me tonight. How are you guys doing?
Oh, hello.
Awesome.
Yes, we are playing Forza Horizon 6, the wonderful racing game that just came out this year. Exploded on the scene. I think it's the highest rated game of 2026. Actually, I think Mina the Hollower took that crown after it came out, but this one is a great fucking game. Lately, I've been diving into racing games, so this one came at the perfect time. This is almost all I've exclusively played for any sort of spare time that I've had to play video games. So we're just going to dive in, and I know this is going to be a first for Humphrey. You don't play these kinds of games.
No. I used to as a kid, but I've moved away from racing as I've gotten older.
Well, you may begin if you'd like. We're going to be sharing our inputs, but we'll probably just be passing off as we go. Feel free to pick a car.
I'm stuck going up.
That's the controller. My controller has a drift. I didn't think it was that serious. So,
I just traded out one of my controllers because that exact same thing. Okay, so what do I do? What's the first thing I do here?
You want to pick a car. So you could tab over to cars, go to my cars, any car you want that's here, you can drive. They give you access to legendary cars right off the bat, which is pretty hilarious. But if you just want to like cruise into something, I would just pick whatever you want. Like, don't focus too much on performance. If you want to feel like going fast, though, maybe something that's not a green.
This is the one.
And we shall get in. Okay, so where we are, I think I just got to the mountains, so we're going to be driving around in the snow, but we can just cruise wherever the hell we want. There's no restriction here. Oh, we're looking at the car right now. Let's go back. Just keep being out.
How do I change paint? Or is that expensive?
I actually don't know. I haven't done that yet. There, paint body. So, yes.
Can I do the carbon fiber hood, too?
Do what you want. Feel free to dress it up. I'll go through the whole like intro here. Thank you all for watching us live. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, please be sure to hit that like, click the follow, and subscribe. Your support, of course, is appreciated. I wouldn't expect too much. I have done nothing with tuning or anything cosmetic.
No, it's perfect.
I've just been cruising, and you know what? It's been sublime. This game is wonderful.
The campaign?
Yeah, just click drive. It'll take you out of the safe house, and you could just kind of cruise wherever the hell you want.
Yeah, it looks like I've got my carbon fiber hood. Nice.
Living the dream, baby.
This is my dream car.
Ah, yes, and it's night out. So I'm sure you've played a racing game before. There's not really anything different with the controls.
Why is that guy like that? Oh.
So if you want to go somewhere, we could pull up the map and ping a spot. They have a really cool...
That's your Supra already.
My Supra.
They have a really cool assistant option. It's called Anna. If you press down on your D-pad, it'll bring up like a little sub-menu. Oh, that ice is brutal. You know what? I'll let you just get your bearings.
Yeah, I need to... Okay, what's my like handbrake?
X.
Okay.
Or square if you need me to translate for you, but I believe you're playing on an Xbox.
I did need you to translate.
Driving on the left side of the road.
Well, people shouldn't be on my driveway, like my driving path.
You could click your left stick for the horn, I believe. Maybe not. Oh, it's the right joystick. Okay. Doesn't really do anything, though. You're doing great, by the way.
This is gonna be. Expect this to be your the rest of the show from my side of everything.
Well, we could get out of the mountains if you want.
This doesn't seem like a car for the mountains.
Car does not look like it does well. I bet you your car that you were using beforehand is great here.
It was doing all right. It had more traction, that's for sure. It's not perfect, though. Like, it's very slick up here, for sure. I think you're fine on the pavement. Anyways, yeah, if you just want to get your bearings, we can just kind of cruise and then maybe pick up a race in a little bit here. There's nothing really significant in story that I have to share. Oh, no, that's your photo mode. And I see that my camera is starting to take hold. So if you press down on your D-pad, it'll bring up this sub-menu, and we want to press right now.
Okay.
Oh, you turned on auto drive. That's funny. So these are all different races that we could get pinged to. So it just kind of creates like a list of 4 that you could just quickly select. The wristband event is like the career, and then everything else is just bonus. So we are going wherever that is taking you. I didn't pay too close attention, but we have 22.8 kilometers to travel. So plenty of time to just kind of sit and chitty chat.
We
Yeah.
can talk about the showcase while I drive.
Yeah, so the past week there's been a lot of games announced. I too have.
We're in Europe and driving on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah, you're supposed to keep left. I've been keeping up with the gaming news. Admittedly, I didn't catch anything in the Future Game Show or Day of the Devs, but I caught the main ones: the PlayStation 1 and the Xbox. But
The PlayStation 1 slap. The Xbox one was fairly good. There was like a little bit of down on it, but like I thought it was like inherently very good. Mm-hmm. They also made the biggest announcement of the whole thing, in my personal opinion.
Which is the console?
Persona 6.
Persona. Okay.
Yeah, I think Persona is like a very popular title.
Oh, it is, absolutely.
I really liked PlayStation's, but like the Summer Games Fest as a whole, like I thought most of the announcements it was a pretty good list, and I mean September is going to be deadly.
Yeah, September's looking pretty packed.
A lot of really cool looking games coming out. A lot of storyline games that I'm excited to play. I can't really think of some of the ones that I was like really on about though.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to
Blood Message was one that really like stuck to me.
Blood Message. Is that in the PlayStation?
Yeah, or Message and Blood, I think. Yeah, so, it might have been a PlayStation. I thought it might have been, I think it was Summer Games Fest. I think it was like main show.
Yeah, overall, I personally enjoyed the Xbox event more than the PlayStation, but I think that's more of a personal bias there for sure. The PlayStation games just don't really appeal to me.
I just find that the Xbox one just feels amateur for like a quarter of the time. That's my problem with the Xbox showcase every time they do it. It just feels like there's just like a lot of like very amateur. Like if I'm going to watch an Xbox showcase or like a PlayStation showcase or something, like I kind of expect top of the line things and then really showcase the stuff that's like lower on like the dev or like on the indie one and the Day of the Devs and stuff like that. That's like my personal side to it, and I just tend to find that Xbox maybe has like too much leniency with like having a lot of their indie games on there also, which isn't like bad. It's not like I'm sitting here and being like that's a negative thing, you shouldn't do that. It just it makes the show less interesting to watch sometimes.
I understand your perspective on that, but my counter to that is unlike Sony, Microsoft, or rather the Xbox platform as a whole, I think is a far more supportive platform when it comes to smaller indie stuff. Like it's less, it's kind of a space for all sort of thing. Whereas Sony, they really want to emphasize that premium quality, and I totally get that, and I understand that. But if it wasn't for Xbox, I don't think we would have as much indie support as we see with the games industry as a whole. And I think that they could be just as deserving to have that kind of spotlight as any other AAA title. I really do appreciate how they sort of incorporate that stuff. Also giving, like, you know, the behind-the-scenes stuff, going into the studios and talking with the devs and having those, like, you know, extended looks where they can sort of talk with those people. Not that Sony lacks that. It's just I do feel that Sony...
I find Sony to be a more polished show when they put their work into it, but I do agree with you. Like you're not wrong when you say it. Like I think the exact reason like the Xbox showcase was less entertaining to me is the exact supporting reason you're saying. I think we're talking just the two different sides of that coin.
Like, I think back to the PlayStation event.
I thought there was some good stuff.
I think back to the PlayStation event, and I know this isn't the case for everybody, but so many of those games just blend together. It's just like, unless it's a...
I think, this year specifically, I kind of agree with you, but that wasn't so much a PlayStation problem. A lot of games that are very similar got announced to come out this year.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of games, like a lot of, like, Asian culture games, a lot of, like, that, like, Napoleon era looking type games, like more than like 2 per category, and I think that's why you feel that way. I think that's a totally viable, because I thought that too, watching all of the showcases. Like, even when I watched the Games Fest, I thought that exact same thing. I was like, man, it's like, when does one game start and the other game end, almost? Like,
yeah, and I'm just not the audience for the third person action Souls-like that every PlayStation game seems to be adopting these days.
And that's what I would say is a big thing for PlayStation, is we love those games.
I mean, the God of War presented quite well. I don't fully understand the controversy. Like, I understand, but at the same time, I
think
don't understand.
The cube is silly.
The cube is so silly.
That was so silly. But outside of that, I thought it actually looked quite good.
Yeah.
I thought it kind of looked like it. I'm not sure I'm like going to drop everything and play it right away, but I mean, it looked like a very good video game.
Yeah. And if it was coming to PC, I would happily enjoy it, but I'm not buying a PlayStation. Let's put it that way.
No, and that's exactly the thing. That's kind of like why I watch all of the showcases, is because I own a PC and I can play Xbox stuff, and I own my PlayStation, so I can play the PlayStation stuff, so it just works out for me. Although I'm actually sad that one game is going to be a console exclusive for Xbox. That, like, go back in time.
Oh, the Clockwork
looking one. Clockwork, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Do we know if it's strictly for console? I think it's just platform exclusive.
They did say Xbox console exclusive was the exact wording.
Well, I feel you can use that wording from a legal sense, because PlayStation and Nintendo are both strictly consoles and not on PC.
They didn't say it was going to be on Game Pass. They didn't like any of that. So that's what makes me worry that it's just like actually true. And if they do, that's just such an odd choice. I
can't really pull it up at this moment, but I am quite positive that they said it would be on Game Pass day one. But if I could pull up the Xbox app, it would tell us right away. But that's besides the point. I just found that the variety, at least in the Xbox event, it wasn't as long an event, and I think that's why I enjoyed it more, is it was just consistent. Like, I thought most of it was bangers. They started incredibly strong. Gears E-Day looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, Gears looked good.
And that Clockwork game, which I know there's more to that title. I can't think of the full title at this moment, but the Clockwork game seems interesting and continues to present quite well. It came out really strong when it was unveiled like last year or something, so I really hope they can stay with that consistency. Fable looks fucking awesome. And
except they're charging like $120 Canadian for it.
Well, for the base game? Is that?
I believe so. The only one, or at least the only one they had available on PlayStation.
Okay, well, I don't know really much about that. That could be an indication of something else. I'm not really sure. I do see a lot of like outrage online over like the exclusivity kinds of things, and I totally get the concern that people are having with that. But I think what they don't seem to be understanding here is that these games were already announced to be released for those platforms. So to go back on that promise, I think, would be worse PR for Microsoft.
Totally.
Rather than them, just kind of committing to it. Because I think that what is important here is to demonstrate like what their philosophy is with this. They were the ones that came out with the play anywhere sort of strategy. They've always been the ones trying to facilitate like what Game Pass can be provided and what platforms can play their stuff. Like the Xbox, like you said, is on PC as well. So that allows you to indulge in that ecosystem without having to commit to like a big purchase like a console. It's not limited to that. I could play that shit on my phone if I wanted to. Sony's,
Yeah.
on the other hand, trying to create this walled garden, and
Totally.
I don't know. I see the double standard. I don't know if you do, but like Sony
Oh,
has been doing a
absolutely.
lot of the same decision making that people seem to criticize Microsoft for, and it seems to be just, par for the course. This is just business when it comes to Sony.
The reason why it gets looked at it different is because I think in the eyes of the average gamer, Sony is like becoming the like sole owner of like the console side, or was becoming the sole owner of the console side of like the normal gaming world that isn't like Nintendo. But now it seems like Xbox with the new management has like really like pivoted on what they were gonna do. And I mean, if she keeps up, I can't remember her name, forgive me, but if she keeps up like this like momentum that she's kind of got going on,
Yeah.
like Xbox is looking pretty snazzy right now, man.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to get a big head about it. I'm fairly optimistic about their strategy, but I feel like I am maybe more accepting of that, just being the Xbox guy. But you're right, like just how she's been demonstrating as of late, and I know it's just very small, like PR things, like she responds to a complaint. She seems to have a very interesting way of like approaching certain topics of discussion. There's a great interview that she had recently just speaking about the business strategy and what her mission is. And what Asha Sharma is doing, I know is just peanuts compared to what they could be doing, but it's building a trust that I kind of lost in the brand ever since the Xbox One released. And I've always been,
and I agree completely with you.
I have always been, like, I enjoyed Phil Spencer. I thought he seemed like a really good guy. I think companies kind of walked all over him, especially with the direction that everything went with the industry and them, having all those acquisitions and stuff. Like, all of that's just mired under tons of red tape that I think he just got trapped in. And this change in leadership, I think, was a great move from a business standpoint,
really
because now it allows them to
like
open up, other business negotiations and stuff, and how they can sort of facilitate that better. Bringing back exclusives, of course, that'd be great. It's a shame it's not happening to Fable, but I don't blame them for that. I would rather them
games gotta
commit
sell
to
to
it.
people, man. Good games gotta sell to people.
There's that, but I would look at I would then argue about Sony's strategy, because I would say that their games deserve to exist on PC.
I do believe that a lot of them should be on PC. I'm on that team. I think that like God of War should be half a year on PlayStation, and then it should be available to everybody. Final Fantasy, half a year on PlayStation, available to everybody.
But Final Fantasy is not like a first-party thing. It is like Part 3 of Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming out for all platforms. So
Yes.
it's not limited in that degree, and that is a third-party title. That's not first, right? That's the argument here, is that obviously Sony wants to keep their exclusives because people will buy the console for it. And the argument being that Microsoft doesn't have the same degree of quality with that. I would disagree to an extent, because I think people just kind of meme on this and, they hate on it before they really try to like give it a shot. I'm not about to get into all the meticulous details about that, because I do see, at least at the start of the PS5 and towards the end of the PS4, what Sony did. Like, Last of Us is remarkable. God of War is remarkable. What they've done with Horizon is fucking crazy. All three of those games, to me, are
amazing titles.
They're amazing titles, but they all play the same. They're all the same type of game. At least Microsoft tries to change things up a little bit. I feel... you were supposed to go through those flares. You can press Y to rewind. Yeah, you have to go through the flares. If you press Y, you can actually rewind, and that'll give you a chance to correct yourself. You don't want to try it? Okay.
I will. I'll do it when I need to.
Yeah. And, every company has their business strategies, whatever they want to do. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. But, yeah, Sony kind of just completely gating off the PC community. Like, they pulled it cold turkey. They didn't even try. Like, Soros... Is it Kronos? Sorry. Kronos was... Is it Soros? Just like
Soros, like
weeks
the game, the new one that just came out?
Yeah, weeks before that game released, they just announced like, no, it's not coming to PC. And I don't even know if they offered pre-orders. Presumably they did. I would be pissed off as somebody who might have been counting on something like that. And apparently that nobody seems to have an issue with Sony making those kinds of decisions.
You know what that means is that means that nobody on PC fucking tried to buy it.
Well, from what I hear, it's really struggling to meet its sales projections because of it. And there's even more if you go down.
Returnal is kind of special, and then they just tried to give us Returnal again, but for twice the price.
Yeah. And if you go down deeper into the rabbit hole, it seems like PlayStation 5 consoles are not keeping up with projections either, which might have something to do with why they pulled out of the PC porting completely as a whole. But I wouldn't say that Sony's had the best track record recently. They've been closing down a number of studios for games that barely even had a chance to like get off the ground.
No, I completely agree with you. I think that they're making, and like Sony has a big fucking decision to make here about Destiny. That's something like tomorrow.
I think they made their
the
decision.
last...
I think they have.
Well, no, see, but like, here's how I view it, right? So I'm not sitting here being like, oh, I'm expecting them to say Destiny 3's coming out. But what I was having a conversation with, like, well, I mean, this has been a conversation in the group for a while now. You can't pay people to do nothing.
Right.
And they already paid $2.2 billion to buy Bungie. But I don't think you want to lose the, like, name that is Bungie. So my theory is that if there is, like, such a big demand, like, I think with this, like, D3, where, like, you know, like, everyone's harassing them, if they can get to this point where they, like, finally make a decision to keep the IP, that means that the people who they have working for them won't be working for nothing. They'll be making something, and then in Sony's eyes, instead of them hemorrhaging money, they're investing in their future. And that's kind of like how I see what this situation is going to turn into. Because if you let go, if you buy $2.2 million or $1 billion worth of like structure,
do you mind if I raise this one again?
IPs, yeah, oh yeah, please go hard.
Yeah, you went 12th, so we got to change that. Yeah, got to clear my record.
It was the major missing of the first thing that really dampened it.
I want to choose a different car, please.
But the way that I see it is that they're going to see all this outrage. They're going to see that they made the wrong decision this like coming couple months over the like keeping of Marathon, like over Destiny's IP. There's nothing they could have done to fix this. What Bungie needed to have done was start making like Destiny 3 before they finished Marathon, and then we would still be waiting like 2 or 3 more years for it, but we would know it was in the pipe, you know, like we would know it was coming. Sony can't afford to just give the 2.2 billion and then hemorrhage these contracts that they have for these people. But you don't want to lose those contracts, because then you just paid 2.2 billion for what? The IP of Destiny, and then the Tiger engine. Really? That's it? Like, that's all you really got out of it if you lose all of the people? So my theory that I think that they're going to actually, if the outrage and like if the cries are loud enough, I think that they'll at least start a miniature Destiny project of some regard. It might not be D3, but it might be something to like make back some of their money and then not lose these people that I think that they're going to want in future games when they start making them.
See, I think...
because now that Sony has those people, right?
Yeah. I think having Concord fail as miserably as it did has like caused a rippling effect that we're still looking ahead a couple more years for the true fallout. And when that failed, I think that put a lot of pressure onto Marathon to really hit the mark. And I think by all accounts, it's pretty safe to say that it has yet to do that. And probably won't, because it has no momentum that's really carrying it at this moment.
It's extraction games across the board.
Yeah.
I don't think that I think you could make the best extraction game ever, and you'll only retain good numbers. You know what I mean?
Like, I just think the expectations have changed completely. Like, it's more than just extraction shooters. I think live service as a whole has proven to be kind of a pit of despair and a very what's the word? It's not as safe of an investment as I think they once thought, because not only do you have to deal with the whole being a new IP sort of thing, but you have trusted IP that have existed for nearly a decade at this point. You have a generation that's been raised on these games to trust in these games that just hold such a huge market share that it's nearly impossible to shake them from that to go play yours, right? Like, people might try it out, but it's the sustainability, right? And Sony just capitalized too much on that stuff too late in the game, and I think we're still seeing the fallout of that. I don't know if we're going to get a Destiny 3. I think Marathon was supposed to be that successor to carry the torch, and I don't think it's happening. I would hate to see
and I think
Bungie
Sony
die,
wanted
but
to
it
recoup
could
money.
be 1,000
just can't
cuts.
see them letting it
You
die.
know, I don't
I
want
can't
them
see them
to
letting it
either,
die.
but it's I don't know. It's
They'll
hard to
make them-
justify
they'll make
it.
them
They're a
make
huge
something.
company.
They'll make them make something. There's
Well, that's
no way.
what I feel Marathon
you
was
will.
supposed to be for them. Like,
No, but that's not the. But that's absolutely not, because Marathon would have been in development way before Sony was like looking to acquire them. I think
Was it,
that
though?
Bungie, yeah, absolutely. Like, Marathon was in development for so long, it took them. They fucked that one up. Like, that's why it was like they didn't think it was going to be such a task to put it together, and then it ended up being a task. And that's why when everything was getting pushed around, like, they were just looking for it. And like Sony at the time, when they were like pushing for it, were like, oh, you've got Destiny, it's making money, you're still sustaining this thing. Again, this all comes down to bad Bungie management. If Bungie would have just started even the groundwork for Destiny 3 when Final Shape was coming out, this wouldn't be like.
all right, you can
Sony
take
would be
over again.
shitting in Sony would be shitting in tall cotton 2 years from now, because everyone would have been like, "Oh, Destiny is coming to an end. We knew that, so we didn't hate the story they gave us after the Final Shape to distract us for 2 years." Like, that's fine. We would have let that go. Marathon would have got we need to like buy Marathon because Destiny 3 is down the pipe, and we really need to make sure that Bungie stays afloat because everything's been kind of up in the air. You know, like it was the two bad decisions in a row that put Bungie in the situation where they have nothing and Sony has nothing right now. So the way that I view it, and this is just me like looking at it from like an outside perspective, would be you don't want to like get rid of all those people. What are all these? Hold on, before I continue.
So the wristband event is like the career path. Everything else is kind of just like added bonus. Horizon Play, I believe, is more of like a PvP sort of thing. So we could do a drift, or we could do some kind of championship race. Looks like that would be 3 events in one. I'm good for whatever you want, so go for it.
I just don't want to do a snow and rain one. That sounds fucking awful.
That's fair. Go for the drift club.
Yeah. So like, I guess the way that I see it is like, I think Sony's gonna look at it like this. Okay, let's just rose-colored glasses for a second. Okay.
Sure.
Let's say tomorrow, when Bungie stuff comes out, 450,000 people sign on. Let's say the store makes a bunch of money, like the content is well received, and everyone keeps hounding Sony, and they go, you know what? All we have to do is appease these fucking idiots for the rest of the year, wait till we get to the Game Awards, and then just slap the word D3 on a fucking black screen. Put it at the end of the Game Awards, and everyone will fucking trip. And that alone, because Bungie is committed to making it, because Sony has committed to making it, even if that game is garbage, I have to drift it, I totally fucked that up. Even if Sony makes a total garbage game, the hype coming down the pipe for a D3 would at least pay the bills of them even taking the risk, and chances are it would probably at least earn back some of the money that they fucking lost, even if it's not all of it. So that is, and you don't want to lose the good devs. I think like and you're right. Maybe it's copium, maybe it's hopium, maybe it's all that. I can see like maybe it's just like, I just can't see. You've already spent 2.2 billion. What's another 300 million to make a game?
See, my whole question about it is,
this is Sony, right?
It is Sony, but if it was going to be part of the plan, it would have been in the pipeline far sooner. I don't feel like you just shut
their
down the
acquisition
second
is fairly
game.
recent, though.
I don't know about that. Destiny 1 and 2 came out in that time. I'm pretty sure it was before Destiny.
But we know when
released that
Destiny
they
1
were
when
acquired.
Destiny 1 got like stopped, we knew Destiny 2 was coming.
But that's what I mean. They're closing down 2 or they're discontinuing content for 2, I should say, before they're even talking about a third, which I think is either incredibly short-sighted or it's very telling to see like how Sony feels about it now. I think Sony's going nuclear right now.
Why is my reverse not working? Or
it's your left trigger.
No, but my time thing wasn't working, or is that not a thing here?
What do you mean?
I was trying to go back in time. The reverse time thing.
Well, if you press Y, it should. And it might not in this world. I thought it could in this world, but maybe not.
Oh, I haven't started the drift thing yet.
No, you're not in an event or a race or anything. There's a car for sale. Let's go buy that car.
Okay, how does someone do that?
I have a lot of money, so we'll just buy it. 35% off? Sure, why not? You don't have to drive it now. Just store it in the garage for later.
But yeah, and you know what? You're, as a person who's like been involved in the industry, you could be much more right. I just think like you, as a business person who's already sunk money in, losing Bungie as a name, I think would be the biggest loss to Sony at this point.
I do not disagree, but you could think of the decisions they made recently this year, like Bluepoint was, you know, you could make the legacy argument, but Bluepoint was one of those studios that had that legacy, and they just shut them down like they were nothing.
I don't think Bluepoint was anywhere near as
They're not a
important
Bungie scale of like prestige, but they were responsible for arguably some of the greatest remakes on the PlayStation platform in recent time. And that, to Sony, still was not valuable to them. I just feel Bungie's purpose in the library was to provide the live service bill, and I think Sony just bit off a little too much. They could too. Do you want to get to the race? Here, let me help you.
Yeah, where is it?
Because you drove right past it. It's that orange thing on the map. So we go over here.
Oh, okay. Drift Club Japan. I lost it.
These are nice. They're going to give us a special car to drive, and we get to go on a little cruise with our friends.
Yeah, and I guess like that is like the big thing. I hope that tomorrow the Destiny fans come out in full force. I hope that every time Sony does a showcase, the Destiny fans just ruin their whole chat. I hope that it resonates and goes so loud that Sony's hands get tied and they're like, maybe we can't give them this Destiny 3 that they so much want and plead for, but maybe we can find a way to appease them with something.
I mean, I hope.
And I just don't want them to lose those people, and I don't want them to lose the IPs and waste the engines and stuff. Because like the Tiger engine is a very good engine. It like for shooters, like it's got a good feel.
Could there be something better?
Yeah, it's possible. But I mean, as a person who plays a lot of shooters, I can tell you the Tiger engine does feel the best.
See, I think Bungie, if they were able to, I think they need to detach from Sony and go back to being independent. I think that's the only way they could truly survive. Because at this point, I think it's hard to justify sinking that kind of cost when you're looking at a title like Marathon that just released, did not shatter the world like I think most Bungie titles have in the past. And
no,
you can
but
follow
it was it wasn't the type of game that I think Bungie should have been making.
Yeah, and they'll have the trends to follow to really show that those projections and how that's going to pan out. I think it's very telling when you work at a game at that scale, whether or not it's got that kind of sustainable power. Not to say that Marathon would die tomorrow, but I think it's really hard to justify like another 3 or 4 years of prototyping and research and development to be put into the next title, if it's Destiny 3 or if it's something else. I do also think, being on the creative side of things, and I can't speak for Bungie's management, but I think to an extent people want to move on and they want to do something different. They don't want to continue doing the same cookie cutter shit. And
I think
that might have been what Marathon was for Bungie. Well, the company, obviously, like from a business prospect, you'd want to go for what can yield the most profit. But at the same time, I think you have to dedicate a lot of resources to sustain that, especially for a game like Destiny. Like, it's all a matter of scope and stuff. And I don't have numbers to push out there, but I'm sure they're
like, the devs for Destiny are like, especially like, are apparently like, they're like almost the most heartbroken about everything. Oh my god. They seem like their destiny was taken away from them.
Well, yeah, my understanding, and I'm just hearing it through like the feeds and what comes up in my little echo chamber. A lot of the devs were not told of this decision to stop producing content until it was announced.
Yeah, there was like only a handful of people that even knew.
Yeah. So that creates a huge amount of distrust within the workspace. So I don't know how that community or that work culture is doing at this moment.
Management of Bungie ruined Bungie, without a doubt.
Probably. I think there's also some influence behind the scenes. Yeah, probably. But I don't entirely blame them. I think Sony was on one side of the shoulder, like really trying to like pull the strings where they could. Because the end goal, of course, is, you know, we want to ensure that we have that. I'm going to use Fortnite as the example just to generalize the whole live service model. Like everybody's trying to get the game that can continue to make profit. Like Minecraft has been going for so long. Nothing's been able to remove it from its spot, and I don't think anything ever will. Roblox is giving it a run for its money, but I think the model to that game is a little different in comparison. But you're right, that does appeal to that demographic. So it could be happening. We don't really know. But that's done wonders for Microsoft for nearly 2 decades at this point. And, I mean, Fortnite is still going strong, and however many seasons it's gone to. Heck, even Sea of Thieves continues to come out with new content. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm shocked people still play this game. Not that there's any reason not to. It's just, it's really cool to see that a game like that can continue to thrive as it has.
Oh my God.
And you're not getting that from any Sony title right now. Concord? We planned a whole TV series. We were going to do movies. Nope. Threw all that down the drain.
Concord was such a bad decision. That was single-handedly is the start of the fall of Sony.
And I do feel that just how that sort of panned out and just seeing it at face value, I think that's a testament to the kinds of decisions that were being made behind the scenes for all of the Sony umbrella. Like, there was definitely an initiative to try and succeed in that domain, and I don't think they really did it. And frankly, I don't think they gave Destiny enough of a chance to really... I mean, it's been out for a number of years, but I just always felt like I always felt like it was an afterthought for them. Like, they should have just led with Destiny, you know, and really, like, I don't know, keep it as more of like a... I don't know what I'm trying to say here exactly. I guess as the flagship live service game, I don't know. I feel like they care more about Call of Duty than they ever did for Destiny, because it just sells so much on the console, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that's more of a reality to just demographics and what's happening right now with the industry, because it does seem like games like Roblox are stealing a lot of that market share. And there's almost nothing that any of these companies can do. You want to be hardcore, you want to like express yourself creatively, but then you see what Roblox is doing, and it's like, oh, I don't have to put any effort into like visual fidelity. Oh, I don't have to do anything with like, I mean, half the shit is buggy, but people still fucking play it because everybody else is playing it. Like, I can't even wrap my head around the success of Roblox, because we grew up with like Gary's Mod, and that game had a huge time in its age, but at the same time, like, it was still very niche. Roblox is not that. This is like competitively mainstream in comparison. Try the Raku Express. That's fun. You do some food delivery in like a goofy little truck. It's hilarious. So I don't know. Like, there's a bigger discussion to be had about the state of the industry as a whole, as I'm getting into the industry myself. And, you know, doing my own sort of market research, I'm starting to discover that, you know, there's a lot of things to it that are just like, you have no way of really finding any rhyme or reason or pattern to follow because the trends can shift so quickly. And we're seeing it now with Sony especially. Microsoft tried that back when the Xbox One came out, and I think they're now recovering from that earthquake. I think that's what we're seeing now. Is it took 2 leadership changes to finally shake that off. I don't know if Sony's going to go to the same degree, but they're definitely making some drastic decisions and leaving everybody in the dust while they do it. So I wish them all the power, but from what I can gather just by looking at it, the PS5 has not been as grand of a success as I think it had potential to be, and I know a lot of that has to do with the Trump presidency and just the cost of hardware and everything and how that's going up. Microsoft is not better. I really wish that the Xbox Series X was still its original price because I really, really want that anniversary edition console. I don't have like a current gen console yet, and I saw that and I'm just like, fuck yeah. That controller looks awesome.
Couldn't catch me buying a console, though. It isn't going to be the newer one.
I understand. So. I'm with you on it, too. Like, let's put it this way. I know the price point's going to be like, what is it, $1,000 Canadian up here?
It's going to be $1,500 to get the new console.
Not even thinking about it. I can't think about it. But if it was, even at, like, the lower price range, I didn't do enough to, like, pull the cord. I was seriously considering a PlayStation 5, to be perfectly honest with you. And then that price went up, and everyone's price went up. And I'm just like, okay. Maybe it's just not worth it. I have a PC that I've put all that money into. If I didn't do that, I might have money to afford the console. And Microsoft is ensuring that I can still utilize that for their entertainment. Sony, on the other hand, is like, fuck you, buy my system. So, I don't know. I didn't get into the Apple phones or the iPhones or any Macs. I'm not part of that walled garden. I'm not about to do it for PlayStation either. That's just not a world that I care to be a part of. I've tried getting into PlayStation.
PlayStation isn't as aggressive as like the iPhones and stuff in that regard.
No,
but I know what you're saying.
No proprietary hardware. Can you play any controller on those consoles?
I don't know. I've never tried. I assume not. You're right. Maybe you're right about that.
I mean, all of their like accessories, like they have first-party accessories. As far as I know, they're limited functionality on other hardware. I'm not talking about other consoles or anything like that, but like, it's very limiting to what you can do with that kind of stuff because it requires you to own the PlayStation or something in that ecosystem to really unlock the full potential of it. I just feel like they do everything to sort of like try to keep people inside that bubble, but it's no different than any other sort of tech company, I suppose.
I wouldn't say they like force it weirdly, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not like iPhone though. Like iPhone is like predatory.
I suppose.
Like the Mac world is like weird about it. And I, as a person, like Allison has like iPhone stuff, and like she's one of those, like not one of those people, but like she's always
one of those
stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just play the field with like whatever. I don't really think about it. I don't have like a preference in that sort of way. I guess like I've loved my Samsung. I loved when I used to have my iPhones, but the iPhones just like outpriced me in a way, and I was just like, nope, I don't care that much about them.
Yeah. Thanks.
This just feels like I'm playing NTE.
Yeah. Notice how they don't really show much of the character models?
No, I notice.
My character has a helmet because I hate looking at their face. They're not, like, the prettiest looking models. They're obviously not a big part of the experience, but you do see enough of them where it's like, come on, guys. You could have done more. A lot of people talk about bringing back the old Xbox avatars. I think they would be great to just have them driving your vehicle. I think that'd be so cool.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, and it's all like I guess like for this whole like console thing too, like as a person who was like betrayed by Xbox, back when they started making those bad decisions. The PlayStation was a no-brainer at the time.
Yeah. I will tell you, like, the PS4 had the best strategy when Xbox was really trying to gate everything behind, like, digital-only kinds of content and all that kind of stuff. Like, remember Don Matrick when people were like, because it's an online-only console, like, what do those people who don't have access to internet get to play? And he's like, we already have a console for you. It's the Xbox 360. Like, nobody wanted to hear that kind of stuff. Like, that was career suicide. I don't know what that guy's up to right now, but, like, I will never forget what he did.
Well, it's, you know what? You know what? Who did something just like that? And I know it's so stupid, but it's going to stick with them forever. Was Blizzard. Blizzard did that.
You guys have phones, don't you?
Phones? Yeah. It's just like, sir, like, you're pitching to your customers. Don't treat them like that, you fucking idiot. Like,
but I really loved Sony's whole strategy, like when it came to like sharing games and stuff. I remember a commercial that they
how
gave
you share your friends.
That they came out and they just hand the game over to each other. Like, all that stuff was awesome, and that totally poached like a huge chunk of Microsoft's share right there.
Yeah.
And like even the memes that followed it, like the PS4, I remember seeing a meme for it that was like made to look like an eraser because it's erasing the Xbox from the industry or something like that. Like, it's actually kind of funny because it does look like an eraser. I think the PS4 is still one of the prettiest like designed consoles. The original though, not like the slim ones that they came out with after.
I think
the slim models
it's like,
of any
like
PlayStation console to me has looked ugly.
Really cool.
But I
don't mind the 5, but it is a little bit chonky.
Oh my
but
God,
then again, I mean, Xbox put out boxes, so I mean, like, really, it kind of just is like.
Yeah, but the
it's
boxes
like
aren't as curvy as the PS5. Like,
but I hated those boxes. As much as I hated the PS5, I hated those boxes more.
That's fair. The Series S, on the other hand, is a nice, solid little form factor. I really wish it had more performance, but I like the design of it.
You know what? If I have to pay $1,500 for the next fucking gen of console, they better fucking figure it out. I don't care which one I end up going for. Whoever wins this stupid war of this era. Mm-hmm. But if they fucking don't make their console look pretty, I'm gonna go on a rampage. Like, and not just pretty. Like, make it pretty, but then also make it so it doesn't fucking overheat. It's 2026, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You're charging people for it anyways. Just put in the fucking cooling systems properly.
Well, I think half the issue with that, if we can go down that rabbit hole, I think when it comes to building that kind of architecture, for like efficient cooling, you kind of need fans, and nobody wants their machine sounding like a turbine. And so you got to find a nice, healthy balance to where it's not too noisy, but also not, well, it can't be too quiet because it's impossible to, give it the right amount of heat coverage. And I think, and this is like just talking a little more about the design of both of these units, I think the Xbox had it right with the Series X in having it just be this pillar because all of the air just travels out the top. So, they could just do one giant
but they also, that PlayStation's first ones had some issue, PlayStation 5 issues, but those towers also had a lot of heating issues because the heat would get trapped on the way up. That was like what was happening with it too. Like it was bad on both sides. Like PlayStation managed to, on some of their later models, alter a lot of their problems, as I imagine Xbox did as well, because otherwise people wouldn't be paying money for them.
See, I feel, and I don't have any evidence to really support this, but like as the technology continues to advance, I think getting the chips smaller just kind of helps reduce a lot of that output of heat. So.
Oh, wow, it caught me going full fucking speed there.
Lap 2E on Kick. Thank you so much for the follow.
Okay, so I did good. You take over.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't do good. I got 2 stars.
We could take on another delivery. Why not?
The delivery was the most fun because I felt no pressure at all.
Yeah. And I don't know if there's an end to this. We could just keep doing deliveries, but I would like to get into like a big event or something.
Hey, if you want to do campaign stuff, I don't mind fucking not doing it. Like, I won't ruin your fucking better
fair.
driving skills.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to think back to the showcases and what it is that really stuck out for me.
Yeah.
I thought PlayStation had a good, solid lineup. I thought that for the first hour and a half, they were throwing around bangers, and then, of course, everyone and their mom knew they were going to end on Final Fantasy. Like, that was... You'd have to be crazy to not see that coming, you know what I mean? Like, you'd have to be living under a gamer rock to not know Final Fantasy VII was going to be the big announcement. Which in its own turn is a little disappointing to me, because there's always, like, I'm like one of those guys that, like, every time a big event comes around, I want Final Fantasy to give me a Final Fantasy game, like you know, a new one. I always am like I'm hoping and praying they're gonna be like, and here comes Final Fantasy 17, and I'm like just flipping tables and stuff. Like, I wait every day for that shit. Like, that's my fucking thing. I thought Xbox had, without a doubt, the game announcements. Even though I thought their showcase was maybe a little bit less exciting, I thought that they had way bigger announcements, and I thought that was cool. Like, Persona 6, like, shits all over everything. That is without a doubt, in my opinion, the game announcement of the whole event.
Seems to be for a lot of people.
That's because you wait so long, and they make so many fucking remakes of their stupid video games. you just want the new one, you know? And obviously, the trailer they showed indicated that they have only just started production. Because they didn't give fuck all in that announcement.
No, we just got a logo, I think, and maybe some music.
It was like it looked like a spooky, like, video game trailer, like a Blair Witch or something. And then it led into the Persona 6. And I was like, awesome, cool. I mean, the Gears of War game looked awesome. I read those books. So
what
I
was
already
that?
Kinda know
Sorry to
what the
interrupt.
story
Did
is.
you see that drop-off location? I went across the street.
Nice. If you want to, you can go ahead and collect another delivery.
Look at that, 3 stars. Okay, let's end the shift.
Like, Gears of War is like a big announcement. It looked good. That bad Magpie game looked hilarious.
It did. I can't wait to play it.
Was that the Untitled Goose People?
I don't think so.
Oh, it looked so much. The whole time I was watching it, I was like, this has got to be the Untitled Goose Game people.
It definitely is inspired for sure.
Oh, without a question.
There was that one. Oh no, maybe we're talking about the same one where you're carrying the egg. In the nest.
Yeah, that looked terrible.
An extremely difficult game or something it's called.
Yeah, extremely difficult duck game or whatever.
Yeah.
That game looked like I would get mad playing it. I just felt it in my bones.
Oh,
I was just watching that and I was just like, yep.
Detour. There's a mascot up here. Where is it? There it is. Ah. Oh.
The jungle.
There's another mascot. Hold on.
Yeah, you do you, homie.
Oh shit. For some reason I thought.
Trying to think of like what else really like stood out to me though. There was a few things. Like obviously Onimusha. That looked cool. Love that.
Yeah, it's cool that they're pulling out like old properties like that. I don't know if you've noticed that with just entertainment in general, but it seems like the millennial properties are coming back. Everybody's in like this big nostalgic
Nothing
wave
pisses
right
me
now.
off more than remaking games that don't need to be remade.
Yeah,
But
that's
bringing
fair.
back IPs is the smartest way to get your money out of people.
True.
Like, you know, like we all grew up with Onimusha being like in the vicinity, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like we didn't have the respect for it back then because we were like kids, you know what I mean? Like we
Sure.
you know, we didn't have like it was old technology and we were kids. What fucking ties that all together? A brand new AAA version of it. Fucking sweet. Good fucking play. Way to rattle the world a little bit about it. You know, like it's just I think that shit's sweet. But when you know what like pisses me off is when they're like, oh, we need to remake The Last of Us. You're like, I just played The Last of Us. It was fine. What do you mean you need to remake it? Like, you know, like that was like the big thing is like is it Naughty Dog? I keep forgetting who's the one who does that.
It's Naughty Dog.
Yeah, no, like Naughty Dog is like one of those companies that just teeters on pissing me off all the time. They have great fucking titles, and then all they do is just rinse and repeat it to you every 10 years.
See, I feel if it wasn't for Destiny being like this live service game, they would be doing the same thing with Bungie's titles, but they can't. And so I think Bungie's on thin ice because they don't get that opportunity to resell the games again. They just have to keep producing more content. And Naughty Dog takes their time. Like, I don't know how long Intergalactic has been in development, but we haven't seen anything about it since the Game Awards announcement last year.
People thought that we were going to get a lot more about it too, and we didn't get anything about it.
Yeah, and we probably won't hear more until the next Game Awards, potentially. Or even next year.
I was going to say the Game Awards is, yeah, you're right. I think the Game Awards is where they'll pop it off.
But for those kinds of games, especially with something as prolific as like from the creators of The Last of Us, which is arguably their like Sony's most successful franchise,
I would say it has to be, right?
You know, you can just dish that stuff out when you want to, like just meal piece it or piecemeal it, I guess is the term. You know, people will just, you know, to project interest, that'll do enough to generate like some revenue from it, you know, whether it be like potential investments or anything to that degree. I think they can just continue to do that whenever they selectively feel like, because people just eat that shit up. Yeah, I'm with you. I hate that they
make something. If Bungie's gonna make something that's gonna like make money, that isn't like maybe just like let's just scrap the Destiny 3 idea for 2 seconds. Let's just say Sony's decided to move on, but they're like, man, we cannot lose this name. We cannot lose this. We need you to make a new IP, and we need you to make it in the spirit of Destiny, but you're not going to have access to like a live service thing the same way. It's going to be battle passes and fucking seasons until your next fucking game comes out. And, you know, like I would hate to see it like that. I would. But also, I would be crazy not to think that that game is going to be so epic if they actually get greenlit to make something like that. And just Bungie being a part of it. And like this, you know what? Marathon's downfall was that there wasn't a PvE. I think that everything about Marathon was very sellable. I think it could have been that thing that worked for them in all aspects. And then they just were like, it's PvP.
Yeah.
And everyone else was just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. I just don't think extraction shooters are the answer. I think you have to have a game with your extraction shooter or it's not going to work.
I agree. And
like,
I think a lot of people in the industry are starting to find that out.
Yeah.
I don't like how this angle's
How good would Concord have been if it was a storied game,
but PvE,
and then the PvP existed?
If they went like the opposite of Fortnite and they did the save the world first and then moved into maybe more multiplayer stuff. I don't know. I'm with you, though. I think that's what more people are asking for. And I say that to you about what you're talking about with Destiny 3. I just feel that you guys have been asking for this stuff, especially with like Marathon and what it should have had like for a while. That's all I hear from fans is that, you know, they wanted this to start with. And now they're like making those changes and making that a thing in Marathon, and it just feels like it's a little too late. Like they obviously aren't listening to you guys enough, and I don't know how you solve that.
I think
you could scream louder, but I don't know.
Management is the reason why Bungie is where it is right now. It's and why it's on the down. The management just did not know what to do with what they had. That's really what it comes down to. They had it for a while, and I think it got to their heads, and Pete Parson made all of his money and fucking walked away, and I think now it's just a shell because they didn't pull the trigger on getting stuff that needed to be made going on. If you know what, Sony would have still bought Bungie if they had been working on Destiny 3. Absolutely. even if it would have hemorrhaged them a little more. They already paid, like I said, they've already paid the 2.2 billion. What would have been the extra fucking 250 mil at that point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they would have seen it as a future investment that's already been started, so they wouldn't have had to worry about that. I don't know.
Oh.
It all just seems like it's just weird that Sony put themselves in that position while Bungie was putting themselves in that position. Like, it all just is like, it's weird that both managements made this decision. It just seems so odd that both sides of it fucked it up.
Well, I'm sure all the numbers in their projections said otherwise. Like, they didn't expect this kind of outcome, but there definitely has been somewhat of a generational tilt that I think has occurred.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, the cost of hardware doesn't make it better. Companies are trying to justify increasing the price to video games, and we've already been seeing that happen. So I think people, just consumers, are questioning a lot about what it is that they really see value in. And you have games like Fortnite that can give you that value for free. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is everybody says the same thing. Well, how do we get that Fortnite money? You know, like... And I would like to state that even though Fortnite is still killing it, by their projections, they are not killing it.
Oh, no, they're trying to keep that alive, too. Not that it's suffering, but they're desperately trying to keep it relevant.
Yeah, I would say that's like, I would say fallen from grace is the response to it. Like, I think that they have declined from what they expected, and now it just seems like, but I think like people are falling off of Fortnite slowly. I think it's finally run its course. Not like, obviously it's still a big game, like it's not like not making them shit tons of money, but I think in the perspective they're seeing it slowly come to an end.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Not quite the same thing, but I'm sure, I don't know if you heard any of this, but PlayerUnknown has been working on a survival game. And they just canceled the project.
Yeah.
They came out with some kind of like alpha playtest version that has been accessible for almost a year at this point, I feel. I think they were only like 6 months in like serious development, but it was announced that, oh, that was not cool. Let's back it up. They just can't afford to keep it going. And so, I don't know. Something's happening in this industry that I don't think anybody's prepared for. So, we'll see what happens in the coming months, but I feel there will be more casualties.
Yep. No, I do agree. And it's all sad. As an avid Destiny player who is sad to see his game finally come to this end, that was very unexpected very unexpected is not the correct term. Surprisingly, we didn't think it was going to be like that. So we thought they were just going to shell it to death until
I want to try for 3 stars.
Until Sony. Yeah, do you? I thought that Sony would have tried to keep it going just to milk some money out of it, because you could transfer it to like minimal updates, make some money on the store, try to like bring back some of your cash from the thing, and then have income so that you could like do it. And you know, really it comes down to the marathon thing again, and I just don't know what to say about it. I think anybody who sat there and thought that an extraction shooter was going to save anything is insane to me. Like, insane.
Well, you say that, but then we have games like Arc Raiders, which seems to always find a spot.
Arc Raiders isn't killing it.
It's not, but it's like doing enough to stay alive. Well. They didn't shut down the servers within a month of release.
Arc Raiders did so good by extraction shooter things, and it's still just good. You know, like it's just doing good.
But the Finals is also still alive, and that's the same developer. So what are they doing that's different?
Finals is also killing it.
I'm not saying they're killing it. I'm saying that they're still alive.
Isn't the Finals like a PvP game?
It is PvP, yeah. It's about as generic. It's an arena shooter.
Okay, yeah.
I'd say play it. I don't think you would keep it, but you know, it's a fun game for like a night. Arc Raiders, on the other hand, has something a little different. At least what I could speak for. I like Arc Raiders a lot. I think it's one of the few extraction shooters that I truly enjoy playing, and I think it's because that element of a third threat of the arcs that like exists in the world that you got to deal with. Like there's a PvE element there that I really enjoy. If Marathon had more of that going for it and less of the PvP stuff, I probably would just play that. But
my thing about it is that I think the PvE in Marathon is too difficult. That's my problem with it. Like you go into a building and you get absolutely rocked by the fucking robots.
Yeah.
You don't even get killed by people. 90% of your deaths come to fucking robots who just ice snipe you from a million miles away. It's so ridiculous. It fucking pisses me off. But again, my personal preferences to Marathon is neither here nor there. Yeah. I even said if Marathon even killed it, I didn't expect them to make a lot of money because I just never think that an extraction shooter is going to retain and hold numbers that are like carry a studio worthy. In my opinion,
I think anything with a live service, I think anything with a live service model has potential for that. I don't know if there's really one thing we could point to that say like that's perfect, because you could look at the entirety of the mobile platform and what mobile games have done for themselves, and it completely like contradicts, you know, what you're saying about like console shooters and stuff. I think.
Well, Destiny, you know what, then? Let's just fucking break it down. Destiny, they just need to get Bungie to make a gacha game, and then they'll make a bunch of money, and we can move on. Like,
well, at the very least, to Bungie's credit, I think they have more integrity than that, and I do appreciate that.
But who needs integrity at this point? You know what I mean? Like, it's like if your studio's going on... this is just me. Your studio is this close to going under. You're the executives at Bungie, and you can have, for fucking $25 million... a few people throw together a fucking gacha phone game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking get to it. And then they paid NetEase to do it, and NetEase made a bunch of money off of them. But, you know, like, even, like, the phone, like, all phone games come to an end within a few years. Not, like, all phone games, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
A lot of phone-based gacha games don't survive a long time. You're there for the short time, you make your money, and you get out. It's just like, I know, like, it's talking about integrity, but, like, if my company was going under, man, I'd have sat at that table and I would have pitched it. I would have been like, you know what? I think it's time.
Yeah, but just trying to understand.
Phone games, man, let's do it.
I think people would check it out. If Bungie did a mobile game, I think people would check it out because it would be Bungie making a mobile game. People did it when Nintendo decided to do mobile games. But, you know, those didn't really take off, and I don't think it would for Bungie either, because I think when you have a name like Bungie, people expect a certain level of quality, and it's not gacha, it's not match threes, it's not, you know, an Animal Crossing clone type experience. It's Halo, it's Destiny, and now it's Marathon. Like, they kind of have an identity that, you know, you kind of need to be able to effectively sell it. So I don't think any company can
Marathon
just do a gacha type experience.
Stunning game. You know what I mean? Like, outside of, like, whether it's the game for somebody or not.
Yeah.
One thing when I was playing Marathon, the whole time I was like, man, this game just fucking feels good and is pretty.
It is, like, yeah.
You know, they always do it. Every time I pick up a fucking Bungie game, every time it blows my fucking mind with that sort of thing. The feel of a Bungie game has always been what has been Bungie's identity.
Oh, yes.
And then their ability to keep that franchise going and then dipping when they need to on it has been their whole gimmick. And now it's like, it seems like they were at the crossroads, and I think they just lost the fight to, like, getting bought by Sony. And you might have been right. Maybe they needed to just ditch the Destiny IP to Sony, make their money, and go make something else.
I just feel like they're probably going to have to cut off a few limbs and downsize significantly to be able to keep themselves alive. But I don't think. I would like to think that Bungie still has some fight in them. I don't think they're going to go away in the next 5 years. I'd be shocked.
Or in 5 years, if this big layoff happens on the 11th, like everyone's kind of speculating. If that does come to fruition, 5 years from now, we'll see a game made by people who cared about making their video game, and it'll be unreal.
Sure. And, I mean, there's a lot of successful games we can look at that have veteran talent, like Claire Obscure has a lot of veterans that used to work formerly for Ubisoft, and they had to move on from that, and they found success.
Made their money.
God damn it! Really, 6 seconds.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not
So
doing it
close.
again. Okay, I need you to take over because my headset's chirping at me. It's gonna die, so I gotta grab a charge
Okay.
cable for it. So I'll be right back.
Sounds good. He won an achievement, but I don't see what it is. Ba, ba, da, da,
Wear that
da,
newsband with
da,
pride.
da, 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 da.
You'll
An
need to
enthusiast?
attend the Horizon Showcase event. This one is pretty special. You know
This one
the
is
drill.
pretty
With Forza,
special.
We have these new events open to you. So, what takes your fancy?
So I don't know. There's too many things. Oh my god, they're just slapping my map with shit. Oh my god.
All right, I'm
How
back.
do I handle this?
So you could fly around this map if you cared to, but we could just do the quick menu and go to the next event. That's kind of how I've treated this. It's such a better experience just to pull up like 4 potential options and just pick one. Should I? Honey, I've been scooping up. Okay, you see that H on the mini map? You should go hit that. Oh, it's up there. I don't even know how we get it up there. You see that sign?
Oh. I know how we get up there.
It looks like, yeah, it would be up the cans somewhere here.
400 meters. Turn right. Recalculating route.
So I'm not sure where it's sending you right now, but you do have a destination we could drive to. Oh, I would slow down. You just, yeah, oh.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Oh my god, that's such a tight squeeze. It's right there. No!
No!
Rewind. I watched Tenet for the first time last night. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, there's a big time thing in that movie as well. Cool effects with it, but I don't know. I thought that movie was all over the place.
Oh, shit. It's the A button that drifts. This whole time I've been pressing the wrong button.
But okay, getting back to sort of the industry talk for a second here. There was a point I was going to make that I have just now forgotten. I hit a pothole. Just like the industry trends and where they're going, the way that things are so geared towards just dishing out cosmetics for you to pay for. This is nothing new. We've been doing this now for a number of years, but the Roblox model where it's all just cheap knockoffs that exist in on some kind of platform elsewhere, like people don't need the Call of Duties anymore because that's been recreated in Roblox, or insert popular game here. Like that's kind of how they're doing it, and they seem to be getting away with just doing that copycat sort of direction. I'm not saying all games in Roblox are like that, but if you look at what's popular, I'm sure, and this was the same deal with Gary's mod, you could just find copycats of popular games. With Roblox especially appealing to young kids, like I know if I was a kid today, I would probably be on Roblox because they would have gun games that I could play. But of course, like the world's opinion on that is different now. When I was growing up, my parents actually took the ESRB ratings seriously. I had to go to a friend's house to play GoldenEye, but
yeah, my parents didn't care.
I didn't have access to that kind of content until I found all of these other games that just kind of had it nested inside of that. And I think that element is still at play here when it comes to stuff like Roblox. there's been videos I've seen just sort of talking about the kinds of stuff, and there's even sexual content that finds its way into Roblox. Like, it's just sort of an unregulated or unmoderated sort of online ecosystem that has serious issues that will eventually have to be tackled. I think they're trying
Are
their
the
best
orange cars the best, or am I looking for the grades?
So that Lancer is a treasure car. I had to find that somewhere in the world. They get, like, when you get into a zone, they'll share a picture with you. They'll be like, gotta find this car. And so that's the one that I found. The legendary there is definitely the better one. You want to go for the grades, of course, to get the highest performance. Now, which one was this one?
Tokyo Railway Sprint.
No, I was talking about the car, but that's fine.
Enter the Aston Martin or the Mercedes?
Oh, the Aston Martin. I like the Mercedes one.
I think it might be the Mercedes. I can't remember.
But yeah, just seeing those trends where kids are going now and like the kinds of like profits it can yield, it's difficult to justify traditional games industry business structures, because that just throws it completely out the window. And you have all of these, like, I see job applications out there for development houses that are strictly meant to be making games in those platforms, in Roblox, in Minecraft, that kind of stuff, right? Like, that is enough to make a successful business now, which is just crazy to wrap my head around.
Yeah.
Gonna take a moment. I have some food here. I'm gonna just quickly finish up.
I apparently picked the wrong fucking car. Jesus.
Was this not recommended?
I thought it was.
You're doing good. Shove him. Shove him. There you go. Okay. And how are we doing out there, folks? Let us know in the chat. Yeah.
What do you mean checkpoint missed?
So the green flags here, those are like the flares. You got to go through those. I think that counts.
Catch that guy again.
You could rewind further if you wanted to correct yourself. Like, the rewind lets you go back a fair amount, actually.
I'll take your word on it.
So, talking about the games that were shown off this past week, I am kind of stoked for Star Wars Galactic Racer.
Is that the pod racing one?
That's the pod racing one, and it seems to be injected with a lot of Burnout, which makes me very, very hyped.
Yeah, you loved Burnout.
I do still. I will play Burnout every once in a while. If you guys ever come to my streams, I've played Burnout a couple times since getting back into it this year. I mean, the streaming part. I go back to Burnout Revenge enough.
I remember that.
But Burnout is underserved. We haven't had anything since Paradise. I would love a new Burnout, but if I can't get it, I think giving those elements to pod racing is pretty cool. And it's got the crash cams and everything with like all the colorful Star Wars characters. I think that's pretty
Did
stellar.
I win that race?
I think you did.
Yes. Fuck
Nice
yeah.
job.
Did it.
Bowie Knife 99, hey? That bastard. Apparently it's a AI driver. I don't actually know much about the history of it, but it was terrorizing players.
That's funny.
Yeah. We're not in a game mode where it can terrorize us, so that's probably why we don't see much of it. But yeah, he's part of the lineup for some reason. Woo! My shorts are shorter. Excellent. Do you want me to do a race, or?
Yeah, you play it.
Yeah, let's just pass off.
Yeah.
Yeah, pod racing really stood out to me. I'm trying to think. Oh, that Stuntman game, and I don't want to like go into just like.
I knew you were gonna like that game. I thought it was like so mid.
It's going to be mid, but talking more about just pulling out old franchises from our childhood, like it's so cool to see that in what they're doing with it. I think injecting the Hollywood angle where you can actually play like movie cars is pretty sweet. I'm not saying that I'm going to buy it, but that to me was one of the biggest surprises. Not that I would never have expected Stuntman to come back. So that, I don't know. Yeah. I thought that was pretty big, pretty awesome.
Set your route to the road race event. Turn around when it is safe to do so. 100 meters.
Oh shit, there's a mascot in here. Boom.
In 200 meters, turn left.
I've only crushed 65 mascots. There's 200 in this world.
Turn left.
Did you mute on me or something? Hello.
Nope, sorry.
Oh,
I got mad watching you. I just got lost in the sauce of what you were doing. So Wari, sorry, what was the question?
What was the question? I don't remember.
All right, my bad.
Oh, that's fine. I don't know if you want to pull up a game list and we could go through that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull it out of my brain, and honestly, my head is just so swamped with business game shit right now. Because for some people who might not know, and I don't really talk about it here, but I have a small development team that we're trying to push out our first commercial product later this year, hopefully. And yeah, it's been a lot to deal with. We have a con coming up in like 2 weeks' time that we're going to be taking the game to show it for the first time publicly. And it's very exciting, but also terrifying at the same time.
Super exciting though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really stoked
okay,
for
so
it.
first thing that popped up on the list was 1666 Amsterdam by that guy who looked like he really was glad to get rid of Assassin's Creed and make this game.
Oh, that's the one with the dynamic cover system, right?
No, that was, I think, fuck, what one was that? That was the other one. Crossfire really stood out to me in the summer games.
Yeah.
That game looked awesome. I'm so excited to play that game. But no, Amsterdam 1666 or 1666 Amsterdam is that one where it looks like Assassin's Creed, but you're a witch.
Okay.
Let's see. Obviously, Pal World is coming out of the 1.0.
I was a little sad they didn't show gameplay. I would like to see gameplay. I don't need the cinematic stuff. I want to see what I can do. Which is a little, yeah. I mean, that's whatever.
Is a bad list.
Talking about that witchy game for a second there.
Yeah, 1666.
Yeah, not really about that game, but it reminded me of one at the Xbox event. That Magicians game. Do you remember that one where you were waving the wand around?
So vaguely.
That looks so cool. I don't know if that trailer is in-game footage. I didn't see a watermark that said it was. It kind of looks like it was pre-rendered, but I would like to think that's real-time graphics. If that's how the game plays, though, that looks fun.
I wasn't sure how I sat with that one. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I thought it was cool looking or weird or what. I kind of just, I don't know. I don't know if I like, maybe the concept was weird for me. Maybe it seemed like a cheesy concept, but you're right, it did look cool.
Yeah, it almost had a touch of BioShock with just the way it handled casting and things like that.
Final Fantasy Revolution, the Street Fighter Year 4. Oh yeah, the Stellar Blade. You know what was funny? We were talking about that. and I really want to play that first one, and I've been talking about that for a little while. It's on a pretty good sale right now. But I was just like, when we saw that at first, we were like, is that Alita Battle? Or like Battle Angel? Are we getting a fucking Battle Angel game right here? Me and my boys were just like, is this happening? But like, it looked really good. I know that was all pre-rendered stuff, but like, I love those fucking games, man. I love those games. Wolf Among Us 2, I was shocked to see it get announced.
That was a nice surprise. I have yet to play that first one, but I hear people love it. It's just always good to see that, older franchises coming back. Shows that it still has a heartbeat. And not everything's just like some hokey garbage.
The Monster Hunter Ascendance thing, the story from Among Us. The Blood of Dawnwalker did not look impressive to me.
You'll have to remind me what that was.
That's the one where the guy is like, the cutscene was the vampire sitting in the chair who needed blood, and the guy delivered the blood. But when it showed, I thought like the cinematic was cool and the world seemed cool, but there was something about the graphics. It's like the Until Dawn 2 graphics. When they showcased that, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with their mouths? What is going on right now?
Yeah.
But like, I mean, that was still cool. The Star Wars Zero Company is like neither here nor there for me.
Sure.
Lords of the Fallen 2, I just played the first one because they gave it to us for free on PlayStation, and it was pretty good. If they clean up their game a little bit, like it kind of felt like a cheaper Dark Souls. So if they made good money and managed to actually like put their game to be a little bit better feeling, Lords of the Fallen 2 could be quite good. The Saw Genesis game, I thought you would think that was funny.
It's funny. I'm intrigued, but I'm really trying not to get bored with all of these like horror franchises now turning into these asymmetrical multiplayer types. The Clowns from Outer Space had a game that came through. I never got to play that and probably will never. I mean, I could just buy it, but that kind of came and went. I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre has done a pretty good job of keeping itself going. At least the community is there. This one, like, I'm open to it, but it's like a 1v3 situation. I don't know if you need anybody playing the killer. I think that's a kind of game where you could just do a bunch of trial rooms and be just fine with it. Because there's a lot of potential for, the meta to catch up with itself, and then all of a sudden the killers know like all the big exploits to win every time. So we'll see how that pans out. I'm open to it though. I'm both for it and also skeptical. So
the Mafia game, or the expansion for Mafia, was kind of cool. RuneScape Dragon Wilds, I mean, a game that I already own on Steam and will play with friends as it comes around. Virtua Fighter, I mean, they always make their shit look good. Can't really say that it's neither here nor there.
I mean, that fight scene looked great.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's some speculation that that's just a mode in the game, and that's not actually how like
the game is played. I had a feeling I actually had that exact feeling when I watched it.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was actually a huge announcement, and then the follow-up stream they did was Guild Wars 3. Now, we're pretty far away from that, but they were talking about buy the game, don't have to buy a battle pass, don't have to pay a subscription. Guild War people love that shit.
That is cool, yeah.
They specifically said battle passes are just other subscriptions, and we don't want that.
Yeah. What I don't
then
want is a
Crossfire,
Felipe
that was a
guy
good
getting
one.
through the finish line.
Oh, I thought you could have caught him. Was that really the
That
final?
was the
Were you
finish.
not going to pass him?
No.
Oh.
All right, buddy. Let's see if we could change it.
Draft off of him and take the corner. There you go.
Yeah.
You got him. You got him. You got him. Crossfire. Yeah, we were talking about that. I think that game looked amazing. I think that game has the
It was
potential
a
to be
surprise.
such a fun playthrough.
Is that not an existing property, though?
Former Call of Duty developers reveal a new single-player story-driven Crossfire game,
Oh, okay.
backed
Yeah.
by Smilegate.
Cool.
That
Oh,
Gundam
yeah,
Rogue
winner.
Orbit game. Love me a Gundam game. Don't know if that's the answer. You know what everyone wants from Gundam?
Yeah.
They want the Gundam Dynasty Warriors game, but they refuse to give it to us. It's kind of like, why the fuck won't they make Bloodborne 2? Well, we know why. We know why they're not making Bloodborne 2.
Mhm.
But like,
Day trips.
it's like, why not? You know, you're just leaving money on the table. Now, mind you, they don't need money. FromSoft is doing just fine without it.
Yeah. And that is always the question. Like, this seems like a no-brainer. Why aren't you doing it? It's like, well, there's probably a good enough reason to it. That just is none of our business.
Because Elden Ring is printing money for them.
I don't think they're
no wrong
leaving
with
it
Elden Ring.
for a time when they need the money. I think, I don't know. I feel there's probably some protections in place for that property. Something
Well,
about it.
I was looking into it, and PlayStation owns it, and they could just give it to anybody, but nobody wants to play it if it's not going to be made, like, written by that guy from FromSoft.
Is that really the case, though? Because they did a remake of...
I just looked it up, and that was what it was. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's great that, people kind of respect it for that. That's really cool.
You have arrived at your destination.
But obviously, the guy from FromSoft is doing other projects that are currently going like aggressively well for them.
Mm-hmm.
So why would they split their focus when they don't have to right now?
Sure.
Whenever FromSoft needs money, all they have to do is say they're making Elden Ring 2, and that's it. Like,
I wonder if we would get that sequel before the movie or at the same time.
oh, maybe the movie would lead to the second one. Who's doing that? Isn't there somebody who's doing that right now?
Yeah.
Fallout's doing that, right?
Oh, you mean it's not Christopher Nolan, but his brother? What do you mean Fallout? I don't understand what you're talking about.
Isn't the Fallout series leading to the new Fallout game?
I think that's just a fan theory. I don't think anybody knows for sure.
Oh, okay. I thought that was something we knew was happening.
But I was going to say...
Somebody's doing that, though.
You'd have to Google it, but isn't No, Peter Jackson's working on something else. I was going to say maybe Peter Jackson's doing the Elden Ring. But, could it still be Wingnut? I'm not sure.
And we're looking up the Elden Ring movie.
Yeah. Yeah, who's the production company and who's the director? I feel like the director's been... Oh, shit. Backing that up. I'm here having a nice casual drive with my friends, but...
The live-action Elden Ring movie is being produced by Studio A24 in collaboration with Bandai Namco Filmworks and FromSoft. From Software. The project is written and directed by Alex Garland, who made Ex Machina and Civil War.
Ah, yes, okay.
It is slated for theatrical release in March of 2028.
So potentially, there could be an Elden Ring 2 around that time. Potentially.
That would be, like, the biggest announcement if, like, come Summer Games Fest next year, They're just like, oh, by the way, we've been making Elden Ring 2. See you in 2029, nerds. Like,
What have they done for extra content so far? There is a
They
DLC, right?
did the DLC, yeah.
Okay.
I don't 100% know. Oh, and then Night Rain obviously came out.
Yeah, but that's standalone. That's different.
Yeah, but it is Elden Ring, like lore and engine and game mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers are fast, yo.
Yeah, we're not using places though. It's all you can see the target in the top. I just have to complete this within a certain length of time.
Hi, Monica. Hello.
That was probably the best drift I'm going to do in this episode.
Okay, let's quickly just go back.
I think
What else
Dynasty
is there?
Warriors has a remake coming out. I think that's
Yeah.
insane. I don't know why they're doing that.
Like, who sat there and thought, okay, you know what? If it only cost them like $500,000 to make it,
Oh, it's
Sure.
probably dirt fucking cheap. They make those games.
Yeah.
They used to like produce a ton of those games. Like I don't know
yeah,
how many.
almost every year, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many there are truly, but it does seem like they just sort of recycle the same assets.
I think there's 10 of them. Because I think if you take the like 2 different types that there were, and then Origins, and then the Tactics one, I want to say there's like 10 or 12 of them. You know what was a big fucking announcement that we had completely forgotten about? Was The Last Ronin and who it was being made by.
Oh,
That game is gonna slap.
I hope it's good. That's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing, right?
Yeah. Which is such a good story. The Last Ronin is so good. The same guys that made Bayonetta, Nier Automata, and Ninja Gaiden, those guys did not fuck those games up. So
No.
yeah, Paramount Games. There's some game called Hacks or Hayx. I couldn't figure out what was going on in that one. The guys who make The Division,
Okay.
or some of the guys who made The Division, made Hacks or Hayx or something. Can't remember what it's called. Stranger Than Heaven doesn't really matter to me, but I mean, it looks cool.
It's the more I see it, the less interested I'm getting with it. Like it seemed. That's the one with Snoop Dogg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and now Tupac's in it. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm trying to be optimistic about it, but it came out so strong. Like the first, like the unveiling of it, the trailer and everything was really interesting and cool. Now they're just, I don't know, adding. Who else is in there other than Snoop Dogg and Tupac for like?
I honestly don't remember, if I'm being honest.
I'm just thinking about like other '90s.
I
like,
love
rap
that
stars.
Death Row Games is still alive and making a game, though. That cracked me
Yeah.
up. That was a funny announcement. Blood Message. So NetEase brought Blood Message to Summer Games Fest. Cinematic and narrative-driven linear action for PC and console. Takes place in the late Tang Dynasty. You're a nameless messenger who embarks on a perilous journey, but it just looked really cool. It just looked like it was going to play well.
Mm-hmm.
And NetEase has really been killing it lately too, and I hate that because NetEase used to be such assholes, man. I have such a negative taste in my mouth from some of their like early development stuff.
3 stars at 177.
Gen Atlas. They're gonna go 3 for 3 on those games, it looks like.
Pretty dang exciting. I don't really have much else to add to that. It's the, good pedigree there. That creator has done a lot of cool stuff, so I'm sure it'll be more of that. They seem to really
Alien
enjoy
Isolation
scale. Isolation 2, also pretty exciting. Will it reach the same peak as the first game, though, is my question.
Hard to say. I can say that they needed to make a second one, though, because the first one has gotten old.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of people do a lot of funny things with that game now.
Oh. Like what?
just like the way that they speed run it. Every time you die, the aliens get faster. Like it just like it looks so much more cheesy than I remember it looking when we first played it, when it was like iconically game changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess it just didn't hold up in its like feel, I guess is the best way to say it. Oh, the Cuphead sequel and the really cool looking Game Boy arcade looking one.
Yeah, Mighty Cuphead Adventures looks so cool.
It does look really good.
See, so this is the treasure car stuff I'm talking about. So they give you a picture of it, and then you have to try and find that landmark. So I've found this Charger, Stratus, and Lancer. But there's obviously more. But this is all you get for a clue. So it's nowhere near this area.
Oh, Resident Evil Veronica.
Of course, yeah. Happy to see.
Super
I mean,
cool.
It's super cool. It's exciting. At the same time, it's not surprising. They're like pulling out all.
They're going through all their stuff.
All of it. So
now give me Resident Evil 0 and we're good to go.
Would they need to though? Is 0 not just like a redux of the first?
I guess.
Like I'm not completely like versed in that world, but I feel like that was the point of that one.
Yeah,
sorry.
That was it. From every event. Oh, Allison. She doesn't have to save it all. What a pretty... No, it was like a 3-year project. Okay, let's see. We've got... Anything show up on this list that matters?
I could purchase a recommended car? No, all of these. Eh. There was that Senua game.
Yeah.
That was my reaction too.
We didn't finish the first one.
No, we did not.
I went back because I was sitting there and like talking with some people and I was like, yeah, we played the first one. And then they started talking about the last boss and I was just like, what? No, that wasn't what the last boss was. And then so I like went back and watched our video and was like, oh my god, we did not make it to the end.
No, we did not. I don't think we were really feeling it, to be honest.
No, we got like really messed up by
slow.
the puzzle and cave thing, and yeah, we got really like, and we were kind of playing a lot of really decent stuff at that point.
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe Senua will be different. It seems like they're trying to lean more into the combat focus type experience, so hopefully that pays off for them, but I don't know. I always felt those games were more of like tech demos than anything really worthwhile, but
Mulong 2, State of Decay 3.
State of Decay 3 I might actually play. I haven't played any of the other ones. There was something about
Metro. The Metro game getting announced made me happy. I like the Metro game.
Same deal with this too. Like I've barely touched the Metro stuff, but I don't know, something about this one. They keep going for it, so there's something there. Dang it.
That Valor Mortis game comes out pretty quick too.
Valor Mortis, okay.
Oh, and what was the one thing on the PlayStation Showcase? That Ill game? Did you see that fucking game?
Yeah,
I'm
Ill
sure
looks
that
great.
the game will not be anything like that, but fuck, did it look good, dude.
That's not the first time we've seen Ill, but it's really cool to...
No, it was cool to have that.
more.
It was just such a cool trailer. It was so, like, haunting.
It's on my radar, I'll tell you that much. I'm not sure if is it slated for release this year? I don't think so.
I want to say I think it said 2027.
Does the thing you're looking at not say?
I'm on the Xbox One currently, so I'd have to change over to it.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, the Spyro game, yeah, that was announced.
That's also very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it's less exciting for me, but like, it's still like, I love me a Spyro. We were big into the Skylanders game, and that was like everyone's least favorite.
I'm just happy to see, platforming mascots kind of coming back into the spotlight. You have this new Spyro game. There's been a lot of like re-releases as of late. Gex had a game come out this year. Bubsy had a game come out this year. Glover had a game come out this year.
Yeah.
We're only missing a couple others, and I was really hoping we would get, and everybody's always hoping for this, but Banjo-Kazooie has to be coming, right?
It has to be, right? They like, is it really that they just can't make something modern? I've always worried that was the problem.
There could be to a degree, maybe, but like the collectathon, I think just as a whole is very niche. You can look at Yooka-Laylee as sort of a benchmark for that sort of thing. I know Banjo-Kazooie has a lot more of a selling power, but yeah, it could be a little of A, a little of B. I hear younger generations don't necessarily care for the older stuff as we do, for sure.
Well, it's like, it's like one of those things is like, look at like Mega Man. Mega Man, never like one of the most top popular things, but it still manages to like hold like this like, Mega Man is just cool enough that if you don't care that you're being a video gamer sort of thing, it like is fine, and it like is producible, and you will make money off it, even if it's not like making bank. I think with Crash Bandicoot, I just don't think it's as appealing physically to everyone. Like, I just don't think, like, Crash Bandicoot was cool to us, but I don't think it transfers to today being popular enough. I don't think like it has that much of a pull, and I think that's what I think they're just scared to pull the trigger on something with it because they don't want to damage the franchise's look.
Well, they already did that with Nuts and Bolts, so
yeah.
I feel what they could do is come out, and I want a new game, I do, but if they had to come out with something like, give me a remake of both games. Like a Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie package, I think would be kind of sweet. Because the Insane trilogy did well for Crash, I think. You could do the same, just a ground up like remake of the originals. Could probably do wonders. I'm not sure. But of course, like where that line is currently, like in terms of just like profits and shit, it probably doesn't even hold a candle to whether it's Banjo-Kazooie or Crash Bandicoot. I don't think it's really there anymore because everybody's reaching for the stars these days.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But I hope
that fucking the Wolverine game, super gory, super like epic looking, maybe not like my game, but it had lots of appeal. I will say something that I found unplayable to play in, like, with that game. The way that his blood, just like the blood
just
of his
washes
enemies,
off the
just
suit,
like absorbs off of his skin or something, made me cringe. I couldn't bear to watch it. Yeah, I couldn't like put up with it at all, dude.
I really hope that is just their, because there's a feature to turn the blood off. I'm really hoping that is what's happening there, and they just had the sensor on. But I can't imagine that's the case. I'm with you.
No,
I hate seeing the blood just wash off the character, and it's like, why? It's like everywhere on the environment still, but it washes right off the suit, and then you're walking around with like your flashy, clean, yellow Wolverine costume, and I'm just thinking, why?
Yeah,
you want this to be hyper violent, so let me, paint. So let me bathe in the blood of my enemies. Let me just do that.
Take the blood off the wall, put it on me, and then have that scene where you're like dripping people's blood while you're still talking. That would have been epic. You would have sold me in a heartbeat. I don't know what it was. You're right. It was so off-putting. It threw me off. I hated it. Outside of that, I mean, it looked good. Oh, You know what really showed up was that Banjo, the chef one, the Dave the Diver prequel.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I loved Dave the Diver. What a great game.
Fun little game. I'm happy to see more is coming from that. It's supposed to be a completely different experience too, right?
Totally. It looks, yeah, it's like the cooking side of it. It's the chef perspective from like how he got to where he was. And I think that's like, I think those guys are going to hit it out of the park. I think it's going to have the same campy little feel. I think they're not going to push past the boundary of what the point of the game is, but they're still going to incorporate a good story that's like, I don't know, they have a good system there, and I hope they don't mess it up, because I really think it. Having back-to-back Tomb Raider games is also pretty fucking dope.
The Tomb Raider game's looking great. I like the character design for it.
I haven't played the new ones, and my buddy says that they are god tier. So I think I have them for free. I think PlayStation gave us at least the first one for free, so I might I might give it the good old college try.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Lamba Racer 18, thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube. I see them in the chat saying, "Can I play?" Unfortunately, we are ending the show here shortly, so we probably won't.
Are we? Oh my god, it's 9. It's almost 10 o'clock. Oh,
yeah,
wait.
It is.
Okay, I'll try to go through this list quickly, see if anything. Oh, no Rest of the Wicked is going to be coming out. That's cool. Well, coming out on console. Silent Hill. What about the Silent Hill game? Did you think that one looked okay? It kind of looked weird to me.
It looked weird. I don't think I've seen enough to really say for sure. It's so different from what Silent Hill F was in other ones that I don't know. I'm not sure if we need that kind of departure.
Zero is also coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what games? This is a guilty pleasure of mine. You know what games slap 100% of the time I play them? Ace Combat games.
Okay.
I fucking love every single one of those games, because what it is you play this jet game, right? And you go, "Ah, yes, a jet game. This is so serious and so jetly." But then you get halfway through the game and it turns into like this anime game. It's always like that, and I am always just so happy. I love those games. They're so good. I'm so happy there's another one coming out.
That doesn't seem.
Oh, Control Resonant. Control Resonant is probably going to be PlayStation's release of the year.
That keeps performing really well. I'm very excited for it. We loved Control when we played it on the show. Definitely want to play that.
Even if it's like it looks better than Control. Like, even just from like what we've seen, now that I know what Control is, and like since we played it and we enjoyed our time with it, it like the more that I watch of this Resonant version, the more I'm like, this game's gonna be better. This is gonna be a better game.
Well, I hope you're right.
Okay, Matt, what do you want to do?
Gitro Man, Psyops.
How about I do one more to close things out? We'll do the day trip.
The next May's day trips.
I don't know if you've noticed, but the game has been using my name.
Oh, it says like Matt? That's so sweet.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I don't even think about it, but that's actually really cool. Would it do it for any name, or was it like you had to pick from a list and your name was on it?
You know, I can't recall if I picked a list or not. I think because it's an Xbox account, it just takes the first name that's attached to it. But I feel it would have a robust database of voices or names to read out to you. I don't think it's voice acted, though, from a person. I think it is an AI voice. I could be wrong, but there's no way they had a person sit there and say all those names.
No, it's got to be an AI thing or some shit.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, I see. Shimanoyama.
Okay. I think we pretty much went through everything, but I'm just checking. Alien Isolation, Bad Magpie,
Okay, so we're not quite done.
Resident Evil, Mighty Cuphead,
This one's a bit higher paced.
Apple Crumble, the God of War game, which we said looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Magicians, the Devil's Deal one, that did have a weird air about it. I don't know if it was good or bad. I hope that game turns out to be.
My fear is that trailer is AI generated, and I'm going to be so disappointed if that's the case.
It did feel a little. Yeah, Crossfire I'm stoked for. Resonant, Guild Wars 3 was a big one. I think we pretty much covered almost all of this.
Yeah.
Into the Winds expansion. that clutch game that is like that kind of like, it looks like it's going to be like a new Need for Speed style game.
I seriously thought it was Need for Speed until the
Yeah, I
title
did too.
reveal at
I
the
actually
end.
was shocked it wasn't. The Lost Wilds, Threads of Time, Red Kiss, Exodus, the Silent Hill game. There are no ghosts at the Grand Hotel or whatever. Stupid game. Yeah, we pretty much covered everything. That was a good little 2-hour, our little talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Oh, shit. I turned my head over to cough, and then I drifted off the road.
Then you crashed.
Everybody ram Alicia off the road. Rough. That was very rough. Ah! So what would you say, in your opinion, was best in show for the event? You could... maybe which game would you say is the one you're most hyped for?
The one that I'm most hyped to play? That's honestly so tough. I don't know if there was anything that screamed at me as like something I had to put in my hands outside of maybe Crossfire. I think that was the only game that I was like, yes, I'm going to enjoy playing that game without question. I think there was a lot of games I'm like, for example, like the Gears of War game, it looks unbelievable. It looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I think Persona 6 was like the biggest announcement of a game, but I don't think like it's going to be my biggest announcement of the whole thing.
Right. Oh, what did you think of the Halo campaign Evolved?
They're charging $100 for it, and I think that is blasphemy.
So I saw the collector's edition in my feeds. Guess how much they're asking for that?
For the collector's edition?
Yeah, it comes with a 12-inch statue of Master Chief in the original Halo armor, and it comes with like digital content plus the physical game disc with a steelbook. How much do you think?
Like I would assume $275, maybe.
Yeah, that would. I mean, $279.99. I don't know if that's in Canadian or in American.
No, that's probably American.
On the Xbox.com website is what it was showing. So yeah, it was excessive. I remember a day back in my day, they used to have like if you paid that kind of money, you were given like night vision goggles or a remote controlled helicopter. Like
yeah, it's insane.
The size of statue that you get from it. I mean, the digital content is what's adding the value to this fucking package for
and
people,
it's like,
which is crazy.
What gets me is like, okay, so what? We get those early missions that
5
aren't part
days
of the first game.
Early access as well.
Yeah.
Which is dumb.
But like, it's just the first game.
Yeah,
it's not even the
is.
multiplayer.
Yeah, it is.
That's like, they're charging $100 for that. Halo 2 was $60.
Yeah.
It's insane, man. Like, it's just I can't get behind the Halo franchise anymore at all. It's a fucking mess.
It's hard. It's really hard.
I watched that
Infinite
show,
did well, but
yeah,
I never watched the show.
I watched the show and thinking it like when I watched the show, I knew that the guy that made it or whoever made it never had played the games.
Yeah, they were quite proud talking about that.
Fanfic, yeah. There was their fanfic version of it. And so, like, whatever. Cool. But, like, man, like, just talk about fumble after fumble after fumble with that fucking franchise.
Yeah, it's been incredibly short-sighted. I don't know what they could do to repair it, to be honest with you. They keep bringing us back to the old stuff, which I think continues to remind us that it was so much better back in its day when Bungie had control of it. And 343 has not been able to really hit that mark.
343 literally just was like, we're just going to give them Bungie's game.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to make more money off of that.
They
than
did
they
4
deserve.
and they did 5, but none of those really met the mark. They kept changing the
4 was
multiplayer.
Okay. It didn't feel the same. 4 was not. 4 was where it started to get like different.
Yeah.
Hey, hope you had a blast out there.
Where was it? I still think Halo Reach was the best one.
It's up there. It's definitely...
I have so much like nostalgia for the first
stars.
one, and then my time playing 2 like online and professionally 2 away, and like I always like will hold that dear to me. But if I sit there and somebody says gun to my head, what was the best one? I say Halo Reach every time, because it's the only time that I felt that I was the hero.
That's fair. Hold on, can I change it to this? Oh, I get a wheel spin.
Ah, credits. That's not what we wanted.
Credits!
Credits. No, you're so rich.
I want a car. Give me a
I
car,
know.
please.
You bitch.
Motherfuckers. Okay, I gotta change my
dare they.
car before we close out. I can't be sitting in this Ford Focus. This Aston Martin's
No.
crazy. Back to the Mercedes. Oh, actually, there's one more thing. We're already over. I'm gonna just
Yeah, it's
jump to the safe house because there's a fun little safe house that I have. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. Where are you? That one's up in the mountain. Do I own you? No. Maybe it is this one. It is.
Yashiki.
Fast travel. Oh, it's got snow. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it snowed here. It's very frustrating.
There was not snow last time I was here.
That's kind of cool, but like also weird.
So you have like this giant field where you can kind of just drift and wreck shit. It's really just trees to hit, but you can drift. Maybe not with the snow in this car, but I was racking up some pretty cool points, which all contribute to skill points that you can use on the car. Like if I go in here, we have mastery, and this is per vehicle, so I'm using it selectively. But this would be like a little tree that would expand further, and it doesn't improve performance or anything. It's just increasing the score that you can yield from it. But I spent a little while in here just kind of fucking around. It's big enough that you can really just do whatever you want without having to crash.
You're gonna have to tune up a 600 car here for this upcoming stuff you're doing.
You think so?
Yeah, because now that you're like in the just under 600 mark, that means the next thing you're going to be coming up for is going to be this like the over 600s, and I think you're going to have to pick a 600 car and tune it up to make it easier on yourself.
Probably. Anyways. Let me see here. Gotta turn that off. Okay, final thoughts on everything we talked about today. I think we've kind of given our 2 cents.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what Microsoft is doing with Xbox. It's got me super hyped. I know I'm being very hopeful,
I
but
think
the decisions they're making are rebuilding my trust in the brand. And Sony just doesn't give a fuck about me unless I pay for their consoles. So
yeah, no,
Thanks for that.
I do think that Sony is currently on the downward comparatively, if we're talking about change and things that sound like they're going to go better. But yeah, cool. It's a very, very front to back stream we just had.
yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, please be sure to hit that like, click the follow, and subscribe. Support, of course, is always appreciated. We do these episodes live every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. So you could check back here next week for something new, something different. We also have a Discord, and you can find us on other platforms under Co-op Couch Show. Links, of course, are down in the description. Thank you all. We will see you next week.
Yeah, GG.